In a recent video, I had the opportunity to review the Neo for Iwata side feed trigger airbrush. As a part of the review, I have put together a quick guide to the basic cleaning of this airbrush. Basic cleaning of the Neo for Iwata side feed trigger airbrush is not too difficult. It is always best to clean your airbrush soon after use and before any of the products you have used in the airbrush have time to cure. Basic cleaning will ensure that the airbrush will continue to work like new. The 4 areas to be concerned with when performing basic cleaning to the airbrush is the airbrush body, where the cup connects to the body of the airbrush, the tip assembly including needle cap, the needle, the nozzle, and the side feed cup. To prepare the parts for cleaning, you will need to first remove the handle to access the needle. Loosen the needle chucking nut and slide out the needle. Be careful, as it is easy to bend the tip if dropped. Next, to remove the needle cap, simply unscrew the cap counterclockwise. This exposes the nozzle cap. The nozzle cap can now be removed as well by unscrewing it counterclockwise. Now, the nozzle itself is exposed. Using a wrench or small pliers, loosen the nozzle tip and unscrew. I have placed a thin barrier between the pliers and the nozzle to prevent marring of the surface. After unscrewing the nozzle, there is one more section to be removed, the head base. Using a wrench or adjustable wrench, carefully remove the head base in the same fashion as the other parts by unscrewing it. Cleaning of the airbrush body is more or less a snap. Warm soapy water works decent to loosen any non-cured paint. In the case of dried cure paint, a more invasive solvent will be needed to loosen the paint. For this, I have found the standard concentrated window cleaner works well. By using a pipe cleaner and cotton swabs, I can get into most areas rather easily. The pipe cleaner is great because it's flexible and the fuzzy material on it is perfect for loosening most paint. Tip assembly parts need to be cleaned next. By using an old paint jar for a cleaning unit, I'll fill it with window cleaner and submerge the tip parts. Replace the cap and allow to sit for 10 to 20 minutes. Remove the pieces one at a time. Passing a pipe cleaner through the larger openings will clean any debris loosened by the solution. For smaller openings like the nozzle, you'll need to be a bit more creative. If you have one of the many airbrush cleaning brushes on the market, you can simply insert the smallest brush carefully into the nozzle, removing any of the loose paint. In some cases, a toothpick, a pin, or comparable item will work well to pick out this loose paint. Rinse all parts after cleaning to remove any of the cleaner and then replace. There are several methods to cleaning an airbrush. I like to use the least chemically invasive. If you are using enamels or lacquers, then you will need to use the best solvent medium for the job, and care should be taken for ventilation when using any and all chemicals. But with acrylics, the most common method is warm soapy water. Simply submerge the parts lightly in water, then lightly scrub with various tools, and then the task is done. Cleaning of the cups is pretty much the same as the airbrush itself. By using a water or a cleaning solution, allow to soak to loosen up the paint. Insert a pipe cleaner or comparable to into the feed tube at the bottom of the cup. A gentle back and forth movement is all that is needed to break free any residual paint or deposits. The same goes for the downfeed section from the cup. Reassembly of the airbrush is just as expected. The complete reversal of the disassembly. Pay close attention as not to cross-thread any of the joints when putting the parts back together. Before placing the needle back into the airbrush, I like to use a special lubricant for airbrush needles. Just a drop or two is all that is needed. This keeps the needle sliding smoothly, as well as repelling some paint from sticking and drying to the needle. A drop or two can be placed into the airline coupling. This will keep the seals inside the airbrush from drying out. Basic cleaning is a great way to perform preventative maintenance of your airbrush. This will ensure long-lasting, uninhibited use of the Neo for Iwata side feed trigger airbrush.